Check it out. It's a younger version of the Blues Brothers. The Soul Men are in Wyoming to shake a tail feather and watch some basketball. Cokeville versus Lingle-Ft Laramie in the 1A state championship game. First quarter, Lingle-Ft Laramie wearing the white. It took a few tries early on, but they were determined to get that first basket. Kaylee Seeds finally gets the drop. She was one rebound shy of a double-double, but she's got her team on the board first. Last year's state runner-ups were not messing around in this one, as you will soon see. Kayla Meyer will get her game started here. She was 10 of 15 shooting from the field, which makes for a really good game. Now it's 4-zip. The Lady Doggers did not always have to rely on offensive rebounds and putbacks. Sometimes the first shot dropped. Meyer will get a few friendly bounces and the two to make this an 8-0 contest. Cokeville needed to get some offense going soon or else they were going to be in big trouble. Katea Kallstrom is wide open behind the press, and that bucket was a relief. Now her team trails 8-2. But the opposition was just getting started in this rematch of last year's title game. Keely Greenwald gets the swish on this jump shot to get those 2 points back, and it's a 10-2 contest. They had a plan and stuck to it. There's a big hole in the defense, and Shaylee Rickard found a spot and scored to get her 14-point game started. Lingle-Ft Laramie's in good shape, leading 13-4. The defending champs were not used to being in this position, but they did not fold. Kaylee Moyse with the offensive rebound, putback, and the foul. She is their main scoring threat, but her team still trails 13-6. They were trying to chip away at the deficit. Kallstrom had an 11-point game, including 2 on this highlight. That made things a little better, but they are still down 15-8. The Lady Doggers were getting right along within the team. Meyer led all scorers with 22 points. She did her job and then some. That would push the score up to 19-8. The lead was already in double digits and they wanted more. Rickard was more than happy to oblige. She'll pour in 3 more for the cause. This team came out of the gates running, and now it's 22-8. The Lady Panthers were playing catch-up all game long, and that's not a good thing. Kallstrom with a turnaround, hoop, and the hack, but they needed more. The score was doubled up at 22-11 after the first 8 minutes. Second quarter, Lingle-Ft Laramie was not in a merciful mood. 2 volleyball championships and 1 basketball championship have slipped through their fingers. Mayer and company knew it was title or bust this time around. Now it's 26-13. They were pulling out all the stops. Gabrielle Wallert bounces an assist to Rickard, who will get the finish. The cushion is at 15 points. The scoreboard reads 28-13. Fans were starting to wonder when was Cokeville going to make a run. Moyse would give it a try on this play. 20 points were her numbers, but her girls are still at a 28-19 disadvantage, but at least the deficit was back into single digits. Sadly, that was the last time it would be that way. Meyer was on fire for most of the game, as the Lady Doggers would hold a 30-19 advantage going into the locker room. Third quarter, they kept right on going and did not let up. Seeds scored in double digits with 11. She has her team up comfortably, 34-21. And the Lady Panthers kept trying to fight back. Cheyenne McKinnon will beat everyone back to the other hoop and gets the bucket back. They trail by 11. It's 34-23, but they would get no closer than that. Lingle-Ft Laramie was getting the bench involved, and not all of their points came from up close. Alexandra Sutherland strikes from 15 feet and made that look smooth. It produced points. Now it's a 36-23 game. The opposition needed to do something. Anything at this point would work. Moyse will get a backcourt steal, and a short trip to the hoop awaited her. That was much needed, although her team is still trailing 38-26. Sometimes big points would come in small packages. Kate Fiskus will hit the turbo boost and go right past a number of defenders for the score. Her squad, though, was still on the wrong end of a 42-28 score going into the final 8 minutes. Fourth quarter, any chances of a miracle comeback would get doused quickly. Meyer has a defender in her face, but scores as if it wasn't there. The lead is now at 20 points. It's 48-28. And Lingle-Ft Laramie was still not done, and neither was Seeds. The board, the putback, the whistle, she was feeling it. And it was inevitable at this point with a 22-point advantage. The score is 52-30. Cokeville kept trying. That was all they could do. We'll give Moyse a little more love. As a team, they shot a little less than 50% for the game, which is not bad for high school. The problem was that the opposition was shooting better than 50%, and the numbers would start to add up. We'll give Rickard the last honors. There's no point in showing anymore. Cokeville made a late run, but it was way too late by then. 2 years of frustration for Lingle-Ft Laramie came to a rest when the final horn sounded. 60-48 were the final numbers. For the Lady Doggers, it's only their second title in school history. The other was in 2006. They would finish the season with a record of 24-3, which includes an undefeated mark against 1A teams.